Back, everyone, to Take Two Nightly. And I'm just going to share all of you with me. I'm being completely honest here. My favorite story of the day. You know, I love to share good news.
It's a good one.
And this is just really great because you have 15 young adults in Oakland who received certificates from Laney College. And so we have here with us folks from OUSD, David Camarada, and we have Nathan Failing from Laney College. So Nathan, I want to begin with you. Take me back to graduation just a few days ago in which these 15 young people walked across the stage and got these certificates.
Well, first and foremost, it was getting them all in line and make sure we had everybody's name lined up. But getting them up there was a process because we had to get the administration. They were ready to go. We had to find the time, and we made it happen. And watching them walk across that stage, in some cases they didn't know which direction they were going from, which hand to shake, but they were enjoying it. They loved it. They walked down, and they had smiles on their face from ear to ear. And you know, as we experienced, it was the true human nature right there.
And these are 18 to 22-year-old young people who do have some disabilities, and the idea here is to help them integrate in the community.
Right.
So helping them go to college, helping them learn some job skills. So this is just one thing that this OUSG young adult program offers.
Yeah. So then let me bring you in, David, here, because they earned this certificate, a Foundation of Arts certificate here. Well, how do you think that puts them on a path, a better path to a successful career moving forward?
I mean, I think it's a really big deal. Many of our students, many of our families report they've been told for a long time, your student's not going to go to college, employment isn't for you, living on your own isn't for you. And I think that this really shows that students with intellectual and developmental disabilities can be very successful if given the right opportunity.
Okay.
And that's what this is, right, David? An opportunity.
Exactly.
And as I mentioned, it's not just helping them go to college if they'd like to continue their education, but you work with other agencies to help them get jobs. Yeah, we have really tried to broaden our reach and our collaboration with organizations like Department of Rehabilitation, Regional Center of the East Bay, so we can help our young folks continue to learn if they want to learn, work if they want to work, build their skills how they choose to build their skills. It's a big deal for our community. It's a big deal for the folks that are supporting our students. It's a big deal for our families, and we're really, really proud of everybody in the program. A
really special moment. So Nathan, let me ask you, how did this all come to be? You were saying before we came on, the program has been around for more than 20 years, but you revamped it with this partnership. What was the need that you saw? Why did you decide to make the changes you made?
Right after I got hired at Laney College back in 2019, David reached out to me and said, hey, I'd love to meet with you. And so we had a cup of coffee. And I had been seeing, several students with special needs walking around our campus, and I had heard that they were taking classes, but nobody was keeping track of anything. And, there was no goal in mind. And David gave me some plans, ideas. He goes, I have a student that's getting an AA degree. What else can we do? And so I thought about it, and I was like, well, let's start looking into what we have department-wise that would be interested. And art was one of the first ones that said, hey, I'm willing to do this, and there's some other programs that we can funnel into for later on. And so art got the certificate together, organizing the classes, and we started offering it. And the students, David put the students in there, and these students loved it, and our instructors that we've had for the art has been consistent over the last 4.5 years. And
that makes a huge difference, I imagine, And
they love it. The students love it. The instructors love it. And our administration has been super supportive. So I
don't mean to interrupt, but when they take these classes, are they with other students?
Depends. So we participate with our dual and concurrent enrollment teams. So dual enrollment is for young adult program students only while at the college. Our concurrent enrollment classes are for, it's open enrollment. We support about 140 young adults with disabilities, and we've got about 90% of our students taking one or more classes. And it's a really big deal. This partnership, in the time before, we had about maybe 50 to 60% of our students participating, but we've really opened the door so that all of our students have the opportunity to participate in continuing education.
Do you have the resources to be able to continue to expand this program?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
We can always use more,
time,
right?
But you can always use more.
Exactly.
I can see the look on your face.
Yeah, but the relationship between OUSD and the Peraltas is really helpful. Our linked learning contributions measure HNN. It's really a big deal in helping us move this work forward.
Yeah, and then it's quite an accomplishment because 15, Nathan, is the most students that you've had to walk across the stage. I mean, that's got to be a great feeling knowing that you're touching more and more students.
It is. It is one of those things where, you know, when I started doing the paperwork to find out how many we were going to have, I was shocked. I was like, well, we got to do even more. So I'm a very competitive person, and you know, 15 is a great number to start, but it's not 30.
Yeah.
And you know, as David had pointed out, there's 140 students, 170 students. Why are we not there? And we will.
All of them?
Yeah.
And we will get them there. And I think that's, you know, shows that partnership between OUSD and Peralta's. But especially, you know, Laney's faculty and Laney's administration is really pushing for it as well, and that's. I like to see more numbers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got come back to us when it's 100%.
Next May, right before Memorial Day weekend, will be our next graduation.
Let's do it.
And we'll get some cameramen out there as well. And they can record and watch them walk through that process.
We would love to see it. We would love to be for it.
It is great.
Here for it.
I think you know, when you see the pictures, you can you know that there's that joy there again.
And that sense of accomplishment.
And not only by the students, but the parents as well. So thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Both of you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for what you do.
Congratulate the graduates for us.
Exactly. Congratulations, students. Let's go.
Okay, and really quickly,
Hey, boys.
I know we have your boys, Parker and Pierce here. They have been so polite, folks, waiting in the wings. So I want them to have a moment. Here, say hi to all the Channel 2 viewers on the Fox Local app. What do you think of your dad?
Amazing.
He did well, right?
Yeah.
He's made for TV, huh?
Yeah.
Him and David both. Yeah. Well, thank you, Parker and Pierce.
Thank you for
appreciate
being here.
you being here.
Thanks
Nathan,
for bringing your dad here.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to be right back with a look ahead at what we're covering tonight on the 10 o'clock news after this.
You guys did awesome.
That was great.
Thank you. High five.
Okay, welcome back in here to Take Two Nightly, and we want to wrap up the show tonight by looking ahead to what we're covering on the 10 o'clock news tonight. Claudine is here.
Everyone's out trying to get some more information. And we've got a couple different stories that we're working on. We're talking about some grant money because some of the nonprofits in the Bay Area have gotten some letters saying that the federal money is going away, and for some of them, as of May 31st. So today, they don't have any money. So Betty Yu's out. She's talking to the SF Gay Men's Chorus and the SF Jazz group who have gotten these letters. So, I mean, that is going to be something, you know, the National Endowment has said they're not going to give any more money at this point. And they can appeal it, but it does change things for a lot of groups. So we're taking a look.
We're kind of seeing how this is all trickling down. We talk broadly about kind of the cuts at the federal level to, you know, some of these grant programs, things like that. But this is the reality on the ground level of what it means for
And it's a lot of
organizations.
recognizable organizations, people that, you know, people at home are familiar with them or, you know, used to supporting them in terms of showing up and watching the performances or seeing an art show.
And so I think it's important for people to understand that things might change in terms of schedules or shows that you're normally planning on seeing, or if you are someone who has given money in the past and saying, oh wait, this is maybe I want to direct more money in this way because things are going to be different. So I think it's an important issue to highlight, and certainly, as you just said, kind of day 1, day 2, day 3, as they enter a new kind of economic reality, it's important to kind of just check in to see how that's being impactful. And I think it was a surprise for some of these groups as well who were not sure, you know, and then you get a letter and saying, okay, now we're sure.
Now
this
it's
is
reality.
going to happen.
Now we have to kind of shift gears and make it work.
Pivot and figure out a way to fill those gaps.
We also have Zach going up to Fairfield, and he's been up there since that fire's been going. The evacuation orders have been lifted, and they're making some progress. They've got a little bit of containment now, and you know, in our earlier newscasts they didn't have any, and so that's good news.
It was
a relatively
nice
small fire, right? But it was pushing up against some neighborhoods.
It was really close. So Zach was live with me on my 7:30 show, and literally he was standing in front of a house, and you could see the roof and the front yard just covered in fire retardant. So it got close to homes, but obviously a big sigh of relief in that neighborhood. And remember when we talked with Paul Lowenthal about how people now have this, they're not so complacent and they want to take action to reduce the fire risk. Zach had on a woman who said after what happened in LA, the idea of having a go bag really took on new meaning, and defensible space took on new meaning, and that they were much more prepared.
Well, and I think we're all just kind of learning and adapting as we go too. I mean, I talked to CAL FIRE yesterday when we were just kind of talking about the spot fires that had shown up in Oakland and different spots, and you know, they've been ready since April, but it's also about us getting ready too, you know, and making sure go bags and getting on their wildfire.org and seeing their Ready, Set, Go program, because when it's that close and you don't know if it's going to be out in the middle of nowhere or it's going to be right in your backyard, you have to be out of there so that they can fight the fire. And like, for example, tonight it went well. They had all their dozers and everyone went out.
This is how it's supposed to go.
But you're right; those houses awfully close.
Yeah, and as we were talking about earlier, you know, many communities, including Oakland, I believe yesterday's, Santa Rosa today, a lot of cities and communities, they will declare this official start to the fire season, which they've now done. Which doesn't mean that firefighters aren't always ready to respond to these fires. This is just like that wake-up call, though. This is people saying, yeah, you know, get the go bag ready. You know what? Maybe I should trim back that tree, trim back those bushes from the side of my house just to be ready.
And when it was really hot,
into the thick of it,
they were like, don't do it today. You know what I mean? Like, you should do it now when it cools down so that it doesn't start the fire, right? And so whether or not you're in fire season, there's something you can do. Either you get your go bag ready or you're taking a look at that tree and saying, now's the time we kind of cut that down.
Yeah, these are the ones that we all worry about. Okay, well, we'll look forward to that story coming up tonight. And I know we're going to continue to follow the situation on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge tonight, because as we said, they had to do this emergency repair work because, once again, concrete was falling from the bridge, which we've seen in years past.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. And everyone's going, this sounds familiar. We're going to take a closer look, too, back at what's kind of happened in the past and some of the things that they've taken a look at and what caused them. I mean, 2019, there were 3 in just that year alone, and so it's an old bridge. They're saying it's 70 now. It was 65 then. The problems continue.
Yeah, we have quite a few old bridges around here with their fair share of issues. All right. Well, appreciate it, Claudine.
Yeah, thanks, Claudine. Looking forward to it. See you at 10.
Right. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. We will be back tomorrow with Take Two Nightly. See you then.
Every night.